Okay then, moving on. Pluto. They tried to eject me from this place. No pets allowed, they said. Meow. What nerve? And Uranus, I believe. Yep. I think they actually threw a guy out earlier thanks to that. I don't feel welcome here. This bit looks it's kind of neat. Napalm Man, how am I supposed to serve the customers? I ain't got no hands. And yeah, looks like 5 Zenny, is that? If that is the currency in Mega Man's world, it certainly isn't, I think, in the Battle Network series and Mega Man Network transmission. So yeah, I'm just going to call it Zennies. 5 Zennies for a Wily combo. Some sort of burger, fries, and a drink. Seems reasonable, I guess. Mercury. All the Mega Man V robots, Star Droids, sorry, in hanging out in McWiley's. I stole food from the kitchen and turned myself into a blob so I could sneak away without paying. Joke's on those losers. Alrighty then. And, well, there's a gap in the wall here, so I guess before we actually do the get to the next contest level, we'll have to play a secret level. Past. We found this teleporter in the stockroom. Some sort of old advert for the festival. Got nowhere better to go, I suppose. Twilight Lodge. And we do, in fact, have an energy element to collect. So, yeah, not a mandatory thing for... Or, sorry, there. Would be a mandatory thing to get 100% and obviously all the energy elements. But, yeah, not a contest entry per se, but just a sort of, yeah, random extra level thrown in. And I believe these little notebook things here are going to tell us all about it. Actual conversation number 1. Hey Spark, let me know if you want to shove Wishing Star from Mega Man's Christmas thingy in here, there somewhere. Actual conversation number 2. Star and Pyro. To be honest, I almost want to have Mega Man's Christmas thingy in the final game just because we can. So we've obviously got the reference there to what the game is, and yeah, sounds like it was just kind of thrown in just because. And assuming it's not too obnoxious, why not? Also got a lovely rendition of Silent Night playing in the background. Which I'm probably being rather generous in how I'm describing that, but yep. Feel free to sing along if you know the words. I do not like the spread of those bullets, so yeah, I'm just going to stay out of the way of those, thank you. That is making me nervous. Yeah, these fans here, oh, and ice physics as well, are making me very nervous. Let's just put it that way. Oh, I don't like you, I don't like you. Friggin' power musclers. Okay, looks like something akin to Blizzard Band stage here now. It's where I know the curling sort of enemies best from, and indeed I suppose the seals that throw snowballs. Okay, crystals to watch out for. Nothing too tricky. Scroll that off the screen and we'll do that again. Okay, they go through the ground as well, so be careful for that. And also be very careful that I can see there are spikes up above my head here, so I want to, yeah, take this very cautiously. That felt way too close for comfort. I mean, admittedly, it feels like you'd have to be probably really unlucky to actually hit the spikes there, given the very small gap, but in the ceiling where you wouldn't hit your head. But still, that felt very nervous. And I got to say, I love the Santa air tickies. That's a really nice touch. Come on, hurry up. Okay, so those things sort of just hover above me and then descend. Okay. And the timing here is sucky. Really, really sucky. Right, that's fine. We'll move on, hopefully. Okay. Can we actually go right, or no? Okay, fine. So we have to go up then. And I'm not even going to bother with you. as long as I'm far enough away from the Joes, that spread shot pattern gives me a fair amount of room to dodge them. So, yeah. If I'm close up to them, though, that looks horrid. I am going to do that screen again, or start off again, and hopefully take out the shield enemy a bit quicker than that. Hopefully. Didn't really go to plan. And I didn't appreciate that there would be... I don't need the E-tank, do I? I'm just going to bypass you. I didn't appreciate there would be low gravity in effect there. But, yeah, in case you couldn't tell. Okay, some weird... Although I probably now scroll back on the screen as well. Wall cannon thing here. Probably going to be more of those, aren't there? If not, it feels like almost a bit of a letdown to some degree. There's only one of them. Okay. Careful. Just check. Okay, so there's no ceiling barrier. I'm just going to... Well, I was going to ignore you, but I decided just to jump straight into you, rather than jumping over you. Nice. Yeah, I was just checking there was no sort of barrier to the top of ceiling to the screen there that would have really messed up my jump there. But no, you can jump off the screen there, so that's fine. And here we have the wishing star, I presume. This is a fun little fight that I kind of enjoy when I'm not accidentally sliding into the solid boss or anything else, frankly. I like his... I'm getting hit way too friggin' often here. I like his little shield, how it kind of like fans out, and how you have to sort of fit in the gaps to dodge it. His attack where he sort of sends out the stars isn't too bad, provided you're not close up to him. They sort of curve and somewhat seem to home in on you a little bit, but they were not too bad. Just obviously be very careful. Spikes on the ceiling. Don't jump too high. Oh, we get a challenge for completing that. I think that challenge is actually activated having beaten that stage, and also the City War callback that I did in Tier 5. I think that's what the challenge is for. I'll find out when I next go back to the challenge hut, but yeah, I can't remember whether the challenge was for completing both of those or just that. I have a feeling it was both, but either way, doesn't matter. Hidden secret level done. And then we can get back to the contest. 31st place, the Retro Dude. Cursor Curse. Score 31.2. 25, 37, 30, 34, 30. 1 energy element. Let's go. And I must admit, this is a really, really clever start to the stage. Basically, in fact, I'll show it off. Why not? This mouse cursor just plays around there on the opening screen, and if it clicks delete when you're in proximity to it, then yeah, Mega Man will actually get deleted. So at the beginning of the stage, just stay clear of the mouse, stay clear of the delete icon. After a certain period of time, it will hover over this block in the middle of the screen, and then it will delete that, and we can move on. But yeah, that's a really kind of nice opening to the stage, and I really like this as well. There's the energy element, but of course the mouse cursor is going to play the troll. So yeah, we're going to have to go chasing after it. I think it's actually a really kind of neat level in terms of the concept of ultimately following this mouse cursor around, it obviously having stolen the energy element. So yeah, and I must admit that first screen where it starts deleting the tries to delete Mega Man and indeed does delete the block in the middle is yeah, really, really nice. I'm just going to avoid those because I can. Oh yay! Voltman fight. Bit out of the blue this. And of course the mouse cursor coming into play by spawning tellies all over the place. So be on the lookout for those, or be prepared to start destroying them when you get the opportunity. Makes this a much more hectic fight. Somewhat close quarters, or very close quarters at times, but it adds a sort of a nice touch to it. I think, at least, anyway. Of course, you do start getting the screen being filled after a certain point in time, which does make things very hectic. But to be honest, I don't mind that. The electric barrier there is never going to be in your way, and frankly, the tellies, as you saw there, can spawn bolts, health, and other bits and pieces. So yeah, if you do find yourself sort of getting whacked with the tellies, or trying to fight Voltman, or indeed you have trouble avoiding Voltman whilst dealing with the tellies, then hopefully, as long as you're lucky, well, in fact, even if you've got the upgrades I've got, where like if I'm full if I am not full on health but full on weapon energy, then I'm going to automatically get health anyway with the upgrades. Plus, I'm getting more upgrades with the drop upgrade in place as well. So yeah, I think with all the tellies there, while it does make for a hectic fight, okay, wasn't quite sure what was going on there. It does make for a hectic fight. The fact that they can drop, the fact that they drop health, makes that pretty straightforward. Okay, we'll see a nice little gravity flipping section there. I'm still sliding all over the solid place. Haven't worked out how to not do that. And it looks like we actually got something of a more tricky. Wow, really? I'm probably not meant to jump there, am I? That's the thing didn't say jump, so I probably shouldn't have jumped there. Let's try that. But we actually look like we've got something of a more sort of involved Mega Man 8 style snowboarding section. Yeah, it didn't tell me to jump, so I'm not going to jump this time. Cool. Yeah, fine, okay. That was bad on my part. Although, admittedly, the instinctive reaction is to jump. I obviously have to hold my hands up, as I've sort of said multiple times now. I wasn't told to jump. The thing didn't tell me jump, and I jumped. So, yep, that's on me. It is a natural reaction, but yep, all right, I can accept that one as being my fault. By the way, if you weren't ever low on bolts, these things would just be perfect enemies to farm for them. So it's literally, you can just fire at the small penguins the thing generates. It's going to continually spawn the penguins. So yeah, if you ever wanted to get any, okay, interesting. If you ever wanted to get any bolts, that would be the place to do it. This is interesting. Throwing those two mini bosses at once. Very hectic, I must admit. And I probably didn't get the nice attack from the whale up top there. I think if it had just done the sort of the things that come down from the ceiling and not the sort of the dive bomb or dive sort of missiles or homing missiles, then I think that would have been easier. But oh well. The mouse is still playing troll, although not really throwing too many obstacles my way here, are you? That, I figure, probably will get me. So unlike some of the hot dogs we've seen earlier on in some of the levels in this tier, that one, I think if I'd hung back a lot to the right, actually would have been a danger. And now we get our long-awaited fight with the mouse cursor, who can drop a variety of enemies. I really wish you would drop Pippies, to be honest. That would probably be about the worst one I want to see. Although given the and obviously these things are now right in my bloody way, which makes hitting the sodding mouse cursor a lot harder. But yeah, my advice: get a charge shot going, and yeah, just shoot at the mouse cursor when you get the chance. The charge shots will pretty much obliterate. I mean, here we are. All the Pippies gone in one. So that's probably again my fault for not using first sort of not going at it with a charge shot, but. Yeah, I don't fancy you when having gone whizzed across the floor on the ground. That felt kind of a bit unfair, but oh well. Yeah, my advice: charge shot, and you should be charge shot the mouse cursor, and you should be fine. I haven't actually seen these things dropping any health or anything such like that. I don't know whether it's the boss is programmed not to drop health items from all these little minor enemies which are in your way. But if so, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I think this fight would be way too easy if the things did drop health. Or yeah, I'm cool with that. It's not too difficult a boss. The obstacles, obviously, the other enemies, small enemies, are just there to kind of obstruct you, so you can't attack the mouse cursor. But yeah, they go down pretty quickly if you use charge shots. I imagine dual satellite would probably come in immensely handy there as well. But yeah, I'm fine with that fight. Nice little fight. And good that we actually get to fight the mouse cursor. I think it would have been much of an anticlimax if it just dropped the energy element at the end there, and we just sort of pissed off. We didn't get to fight him, so I think, yeah, given all the trouble that the mouse cursor has done to us through the stage, it's absolutely right and proper that we should have a fight against the mouse cursor to get some revenge. So yeah, no, I like that. I like that stage. That was a fun stage. Yeah, the mouse cursor gimmick is kind of really nice. I feel like there's probably more things that perhaps could have been done with it, but overall, I really like that stage. Man, this started off so good and adorable, and then it just dropped off. I love the cursor concept, and the first few screens do a really nice job of being all, yo, gimmick, and made us hilarious in general. And then the level just kind of spirals down and just pasting down random ideas with the occasional appearance of the cursor. There's a random Vaultman fight where the cursor just spams tellies. There's a random gravity flip section, there's a random sledge section, and then at the end it's just some random gauntlet of mini-bosses that just has nothing to do with the cursor. The boss is okay, I guess, though the enemies can pile up really easily. It's really sad to just see a really neat concept go down the drain so quickly. I wish there was way more done with this concept. That was an awesome gimmick. The delete thing at the beginning was especially cool, but it wasn't entirely obvious what you were supposed to do at first. The level itself was a nice set of challenges, and the boss at the end was really cool. The rounds are pretty annoying though. However, the graphics are extremely minimal and the music doesn't loop properly. This level makes me so sad. I absolutely adore the premise and how the level starts. However, as soon as Vaultman drops in, it feels like the level slowly but surely runs out of ideas. The entire charm from the start takes a backseat to mid-bosses, which are placed in such a way that they don't give much of a signal besides filler. The fight against the cursor was pretty cute though. He could have used a proper pattern. I'd have liked to see him use his right-click powers more. Man, though, this level could have been so much more. I really like the idea behind this one, but unfortunately it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. By that I mean the cursor-only gimmick is interesting, but it doesn't really do anything except for the first screen and the two bosses. Speaking of which, the first boss is pretty annoying. Other than that, I think that the amount of mini-bosses is too high, and most of the level just feels empty sometimes. Overall, this isn't a bad stage, but it definitely could have been better. This is a utter shame. Your level concept promised a Michelin star quality meal. Sure, the decoration of the place is shoddy, but everything sounds so interesting. In the end, it offered a tasty appetizer followed by a burnt chewy steak with overcooked veg, but at least had the decency to end with a solid yet rather boring pudding. And now I'm hungry. Let's get something clear. Your opening room is fantastic, even though the introduction will likely kill the player the first time they see it. After that point, they will understand the gimmick, and honestly, I say you still introduce that gimmick well, because while it will probably kill the player, it is very clear the player's death was still their fault. Curiosity kills the cat, as they say. And the level seems to continue the trend with a nice little flair for spike placement, and even an interesting idea for a mid-stage rope master. There's some issues with the implementation, namely the boss room is far too small for the boss you used, and then promptly drops the ball. What happened to the rest of the stage? We just get utterly random dev kit gimmicks with no rhyme or reason to their existence. Most of them, like Frostman's Sled, aren't even justified in the stage's little universe, and what was up with the ending of that segment? And every single mini-boss felt like filler. I really wish I could see more things unique to the mouse cursor idea. You have an entire menu with the right click there. It would have been great to see some other actions. The stage ends before anything else interesting happens. The boss is okay, although there was a bit too much RNG and spam in the battle for my taste. Disappointing stage really, this could have been a contender had it followed through with its core concept. I guess I certainly agree there with the abundance of mid-bosses there. Not so much Vaultman, but the sort of the hot dogs and then the room with the I don't even know what it is. The whale and the other thing from Toadman stage. I'm blanking on what the hell we can call the sort of thing. Snail thing. Just felt rather sort of weird and actually quite difficult with both at once there. Although I think the whale is definitely the one to take out first. But yeah, I can certainly see how past maybe Vaultman it sort of just starts to lose maybe a little bit of its focus. And yeah, I do certainly agree the sled bit is a bit random and. Yeah, I guess in hindsight, probably the throwing in all the sort of the bulky mid-bottle sub-bosses probably is a better term than mid-bosses. Felt like you kind of ran out of ideas, but no, overall I still really like that. I still really like the level. Junkman, you look really weird in 8-bit. This cursor fella wanted to toss me into the recycle bin. I managed to escape and snatch some terabytes of data about how to cure various viruses. Okay then. 30th place, Big Fish, Cossack's Other Citadel. Score 31.4, 36, 27, 33, 25, 36. 1 energy element, and again, no Nobonicals. Okay, yep, Cossack theme definitely, from not only the tile set, but the music as well. Which is a slight remix of the original. But it's a really nice music theme, and I like it quite a bit. I feel like you're trying to get me to go up the left ladder, so let's do that. And we get rewarded for doing so, so yay. Okay. The worm enemies that just drop down from the ceiling shouldn't really be too much of a problem. I'm waiting for one to appear on that platform. Okay, fine, you got me there. was waiting for it over the platform, not over the pit. That worm does not look like he's functioning properly. Oh, there's a surprise one there that I was not expecting as well either. And it looked like it was just about to do something really funky in the wall there before I killed it. Sadness. I wanted to see what was going to happen there. Okay, fine. Well, that thing shouldn't pose a problem since you can't shoot an arc. So, yep. Okay, it looks like we've obviously got the platforms that sort of disappear from left to right and right to left from Ringman stage. So let me just get this straight again. Okay, so the rainbow ones are disappear from left to right, and the green ones, springy ones, are right to left. Okay, fine. Now we've just watched me forget that during the rest of the stage and likely fall to my death into a pit or spikes because of it. Like that, which I didn't even realise was actually that. That blended in, or just I wasn't even paying attention to that. That looked incredibly like it was just to me anyway, at least, just wasn't paying attention. It looked like just normal floor. And of course, yeah, why would it? The enemy there was just completely pointless otherwise. So no, good grief, that gave me a heart attack. And of course, let's pay attention to this one. And I wonder whether I can do something clever like that. Yeah, fine. I don't know if that was actually clever per se, but it worked nonetheless. Okay, I'm just going to wait for you to get out of the way. Okay, you're not coming anywhere near me, you're just circling those platforms in the middle. Fine. I thought the music there had sort of disappeared for a minute. That seemed to take quite a while to loop back in. Oh well. I'm safe there, aren't I? Yep. I'm way too suspicious of that. Well, I guess I shouldn't be. Okay. Okay, well now outside we have got the... Oh god, it's an auto-scroller. Toadman Rain gimmicks. Gimmicks? Toadman Rain gimmick. That'll do. It's not plural gimmick, just one gimmick. Okay. I have no problem with the auto-scroller sort of bits. They tend to get a very bad rep, just generally. But provided they're done well, I have no real problem with auto-scrollers. I'm guessing I'm going to have to race here. Oh no, not at all. I meant to go down. All right, fine. Spike drop or anything? No? Just more bolts and random goodies? Well, again, if you're ever short of bolts, this stage looks like a good place to go. Another auto-scroller? Fine. This one feels like it's going a bit faster, though. Okay, that was annoying. Also, it was the first time I've taken damage in this stage as well, so Blair. Lost my potential no damage run there. Yeah, that top bit seemed a little bit... I don't want to say unfair, but I don't feel like I really could have dodged those shield attackers at all, really. But oh well. And I forgot the totem poles could jump. I don't know why, but okay. Okay, so these shield attackers, some of these shield attackers just sort of keep going until they scroll off screen. All right, fine. Disappointing no boss at the end, but that was a decent stage. And I did only take that. Oh no, I took 2 hits, didn't I? But still, I got to like the final stretch before I took damage. So again, I feel like there's a couple of these screens I'm getting so close to no damage runs, but I'm like failing at the last little bit. Frustrating. But oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of like that stage. Again, it feels like one of those ones that I feel the judges probably could say it's meh. But I like the I've always liked the platforms, or I like the concept of the sort of disappearing platforms in that are primarily used in Ringman stage, and we've got both of them here as well. Yeah, I like the scrolling sections as well. I'd say I've no problem with auto scrollers. They tend to get a bad rep for whatever reason, like they're slow and the player can't really go at their own pace. But provided they're done well, I have no real problem with auto scrollers. So yeah, no, all around fairly solid level. I think it was probably a bit too generous with its bolts and random goodies, mainly bolts, I think, actually in hindsight, but or in retrospect. But no, I enjoyed that level. That was no frustration to be had there really whatsoever. And yeah, no, that was just mostly fun, no frustration. I liked it. I'm terrible with acronyms. Don't even know can't even hazard a guess of what that stands for. You decide to make Imorms visible, always to make them fair, and then someone makes them invisible anyway. Very good design in general. The whole level has a nice difficulty curve, and each of its gimmicks are used in good setups and then all combined in the end. I don't really have much to say about the level, besides the fact that it's just really well designed. Strongest part is definitely the auto-scroll parts. I adore the unorthodox use of shield attackers here, and the giant chains of berries are hilarious. The room with berries and ladders is also one that I really like. It's just some simple but well-designed setups with a single enemy. Really solid level overall. I like it a lot. Well, that level existed. It was like a mashup of the 4 Cossack stages, but it didn't really do anything more than that. It was a pretty boring level, to be honest. Also, in that auto-scrolling section, there were 2 shield attackers that are literally impossible to avoid without the flash stopper. And the last room scrolls because a stop scroll object is missing. Okay. Was that fixed post-judging then? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't experience that. I really like the start of this level. It presents all of its challenges one by one and builds on top of them through mutation of the setup. Sadly, my enjoyment of this level pretty much stopped as I went into the auto-scroll sections. The first one is very easy and leaves a lot of room for interesting things that can be done with enemies, even without making it too cramped. The second one can be rather unfair if you don't see the enemies coming in time. Also, where did the snow go? This stage is honestly mediocre. There's really nothing that stands out here, and there's a lot of problems. Regarding level design, I actually think the first half is okay, but the second half is filled with unfair enemy placement everywhere. Not to mention the rain, which just makes things even more difficult. Also, the music choice is fine, but the echo is irritating. It doesn't even try to loop properly. The biggest critique of your stage is a lack of challenge, and the first few rooms are a little meh in design. The Imorm enemy does not get used very well here. But for using only some very basic gimmicks, this one works. The tile set is put together fine, the enemy variety hits the best balance. Overall, this was quite good. It felt like an official Mega Man stage through and through, and that's what we'd like to see. Your standard room was the final one, but worth noting is the fact you actually took conveyance into account. Everything got introduced, and introduced well, even if I was not aware of these gimmicks enemies from previous games. I am, but let's get hypothetical. You introduced them in such a fashion that the player could get used to them, and then used everything in that last room for the best way possible, even shield attackers. My word, used shield attackers well. Good stuff, mate. Only things really that could have improved the stage without changing the content is perhaps a better choice in music, and looping it correctly for a start, and it's a tad predictable and maybe give it a bit more bite toward the end. One more harder room and I think you'd have nailed what you were going for. You also gave just enough of a hint that your stage was ending without making me anticipate a boss fight that would never come, so that is appreciated. I think I still would have perhaps liked to have seen a boss fight of some sort there, but no, overall, I like this stage. Let's do another one. 29th place, Gransveld Hakase, Fortified Lab, score 31.6, 29, 35, 33, 35, 26. 1 energy element. Okay, I'm still going to check left, just because. Even though I'm not noble nickel hunting. Okay, we've got the satellite sort of dish from, Starman. I'd like to think it's Starman, but no like anti-grav or low grav going on. So, okay, that threw me for a little bit there. I was expecting that with the that sort of giant satellite in the background. Sort of expecting kind of Starman physics in place, but apparently not. But no big deal. Whoa! Okay, now that I've stepped on those, I fully remember what this, or a part of what this stage is going for. But yeah, didn't fully appreciate those things, and yeah, I guess you're probably not going to until you step on them for the first time. But yeah, those are bomb platforms, if you will. So yeah, you step on them, they start to explode. They don't disappear, as you can see now. I'm walking on the same area where the bomb platforms were, and I can do so safely. But yeah, get out of the way when no, not Apache Joes. Yeah, get off of those platforms quickly when you first step on them, because yeah, they explode quite quickly. But yeah, you can tell them apart from the rest of the stage just with their sort of like 4 small squares. And I did not appreciate those were spikes at all. Wow. Good grief. I wonder if that was me just not really paying attention, which I'm guessing a little bit of that was, but I do wonder whether anyone else jumped into those or not. That was the first time, particularly since we had other spikes in the game that did not look like that as well. I just had no appreciation whatsoever for the fact that those were actually spikes. None at all. Yeah, probably my bad, but it's sort of weird all of a sudden that the spikes are just different. And I'm probably going to screw up on getting to that screen now. That bit there, look, it's incredibly tight. Or I feel like it's incredibly tight. It makes me very nervous, but oh well, managed to pull it off. And okay, let's be careful this time. And obviously be on the lookout again in future for other spikes that may be of the 2 varieties we've already seen, or maybe new ones. fine. I didn't need to go the top path. Assuming that doesn't do anything. Obviously, hurry on these ones, although they do come back again. Friggin' bladers. Friggin' blader! And friggin' accidentally sliding when you don't want to. Good grief. Yeah, bladers in this section are going to make me incredibly nervous. Also, Apache Joes in this section are going to make me incredibly nervous. But, okay, we got through. I was about to say unscathed there, but no, we certainly didn't get through unscathed. Blimey. Okay, I don't actually need that anymore. I'm at full health. But I suppose it's nice there, given that section. You might end up losing quite a bit of health in that section if the bladers and indeed the Apache Joes are giving you some trouble. So, yeah, E-Tank there is actually quite appreciated. I didn't slide that time. I actually can't believe it. It actually didn't slide. I've been sliding all over the place. The one time I want to slide, rather than just walk or jump, and it didn't slide. I cannot friggin' believe that. I actually don't believe that. I just had to sort of check my button there again, just to make sure I wasn't pressing the wrong button or something, because I'm like so paranoid on it. Oh, that was awful. I do not trust that jump with the Fan Fiend there, getting over those spikes, so I'm going to take out the Fan Fiend and then I'll have a regular jump that will not blow me back into the spikes, hopefully. Yeah. That's probably still doable, but don't trust it. And I've already died twice in this friggin' level now, as well, so, meh. Both really clumsily, and both to spikes as well. Okay, just be careful with this, to time this out correctly. If you get hit by that, you're likely going to get whacked into the pit. I'm assuming this is insta-kill, so, we're going to find out, I think, because, yeah, I've done terribly there. Well, I managed to get out of that quite luckily. Maybe the actual goo or whatever this is insta-kill in itself, but I imagine there's probably a pit there. And, no thank you, not risking that. In case you couldn't tell, the platform... Well, I think it's a Mega Man 6 one, but yeah, it works in the way that... Freaking Apache Joes. It will move in the direction you're facing when you jump on it. So yeah, if you're facing right, it will move right. If you're facing left, it'll go left. I'm not quite sure the stage knows what to do with its background tile set. It sort of seems to have gone from, well, bits of Pharaoh Man stage to something else now. But yeah, this level seems to be a bit all over the place in terms of tile set, which I think it probably could have done with a bit more consistent theming, to be honest. But oh well. You also like putting these frigging enemies here that are just frigging annoying to hit and home in on you all the bloody time. I think it's got a few too many of those enemies, to be honest. And we're going to have to deal with them again now because I fell down. Lovely. Ah! Yeah, you know what? Again, just... This feels like the way to go, so yeah, let's just do it. Hopefully not fall down this time. Cool. Another one of these things from Mega Man 5. Just before the boss gates, do we have a boss? We do not. Again, tiny bit disappointing, but no, fairly decent level. I don't think I've got perhaps too much to say on it. I feel like maybe again the yeah, I sort of said it in there, didn't I? Really, I think it probably could have benefited from sticking to a tile set rather than sort of jumping around all over the place. And I think it probably could have done more with what I presume is meant to be the main gimmick of the stage with those bomb platforms. They're sort of used quite a bit in the middle of the stage, well, when they're sort of just after they're first introduced, but then they sort of go away and they don't come back again. So I think it would have been nice to see some extra challenges and platforming, you know, sections will utilise that a bit more, because yeah, it felt like the gimmick kind of, presumably that is meant to be the main gimmick of the stage, sort of went away. And actually we had another gimmick, I suppose, didn't we, with the platform in the goo that we sort of had to ride along. So yeah, not that I'm against mixing and matching sort of gimmicks, but yeah, I don't know, it felt maybe a little bit unfocused in terms of Yeah, I would have liked to have seen those bomb platforms being used a bit more, but hey, that's just me. If a Wily Fortress was compressed into one stage, most of the level I like, and it really does... Oh, sorry, I'm just reading that completely wrongly. If a Wily Fortress was compressed into one stage, most of the level I like, and it really does feel like something you see like in like a late NES era Wily Fortress, but there are two sections that really bring the level down for me. You can tell which ones I don't like because they both have Bladers and Apache Joes in them. It's very easy to get unfairly killed just because you didn't see the enemy coming, and either have the Bladers swoop down at hyperspeed and kill you, or have the Apache Joe bump into you with its building-sized hitbox. The Puka section is especially bad with this because it's over a bottomless pit, so you don't have an opportunity to rescue yourself with a super arrow or something. The rest of the level is fine though, but the shield attacker room made me cry because it's like the literal worst use of the shield attackers ever, and it gives me nightmares from bad fan games. The rest of the level is fine, though I don't think it's terribly interesting. Besides maybe the Sparkman platform setups at the beginning, it's an okay level. Oh, by the way, this level looks amazing, especially because it has no custom assets, so serious props for that. The first half of the stage was fine and posed a nice challenge, but the second half, oh man, that part was difficult without weapons. Apache Joes, Bladers, and the Cloud things from Flame Man stage is a really bad combo. The vertical section has some really tight jumps and it's hard to get through without falling down, especially with all the enemies around. It's like a meeting of many of my least favourite enemies, joy. Bush through this level is absolute hell, but going at it with special weapons is pretty fun. I kind of wish the requirement of using weapons was indicated anyway, such as the dual satellite block before that water section. That section with only a buster is a spaghetti fest, but it's very much fine as it is. Some enemies and jumps I don't really agree with in this stage, but otherwise the stage is pretty well made. And then it ends. I wish it utilised the exploding blocks introduced earlier on in more scenarios. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that could have been done with them. As it stands though, nice level that requires some thinking. This level is just okay for me. I don't think there's much here that is particularly offensive to game design, especially except maybe the placement of the blades on the level. But there's nothing that makes me want to have a lot of fun here. I think the choice of assets is pretty cool, but aside from that, there's little interesting here. Boss corridor, no boss, no nothing, complete anticlimax. Why? This is a level with more style and substance, and most of that style was pre-made assets, but that's fine. The assets chosen work well together. You have a very good eye for making the stage visually interesting. I like that there was variety in gimmicks, but it does have issues. The segment with the Puka is infuriating because it's combined with enemies that should never be combined with small moving platforms. Combining it with Jump Drop, pretty cool idea. With lyrics, also good. With Bladers, and with Apache Joes, what? Specific mention goes to that one blader, which is too high for you to hit with most weapons, so you're almost always going to have to ram headfirst into you and knock you to your doom. This bit needed rethinking. The rest of the level is fine. You do have a good eye for graphics, so hopefully you can get original assets to work with in the future. Cool.